In this video, we will see the different states of an object in Hibernate. So we will be working with the same class, which is users. So when we create a new object of users, let's say U is our new object. And now when this object is created, this object is not being monitored by Hibernate. So Hibernate is not tracking this object since it is just created in our Java application. So it might even be some temporary variable which we do not need to be persisted. So that is why Hibernate does not track these objects. So this state of an object is also called as transient. So this object and a transient object is not tracked by Hibernate. Now, whatever changes we make to this object, so when we say set ID, let's say 111, set name, so let's give it a name. So whatever changes we do in this object, since it is a transient object, these changes will not be persisted in the database. It is still a transient object. Now, when does this transient object persist in the database? Only when we save it. So we save it using the save method. So as soon as we save this object U using the session, this object will become a persistent object. So now this is a persistent object, which means that it is being tracked. And now whatever changes are being made in this object, so let's say now we make some change like u dot set name to Ramesh. So now in this case, since this object is being tracked by Hibernate, that is why we do not explicitly need to update. The update will automatically be applied in this case. So for example, if we run this code as it is, so now just note that we are not calling the update method or the save method again. We are simply setting the name and then we are committing our transaction and closing the session. So if we run this code, so in the output, you will be able to see that a row has been inserted into the table, the object that we just created with ID 111. So it has been inserted and it has also been updated. So the value of the new name will be available in our table since it has been updated. So the username has been updated here. If we go and check from the backend, so there you will be able to see that. So as you can see here, this is the ID 111 that we have just inserted, and we have also set the name to Ramesh. So Ramesh is the new name which can be seen here. Now, why does this happen? Because U is a persistent object since U is saved. So that is why Hibernate is now tracking this object. Now, whatever changes happen to this object, so if we change, so let's say we change the name of this object and give it a new name, and then we again set the name to something else. So all these changes are going to reflect in your database, and the database is always going to carry the latest values. Also, since we are using the update schema, we will have to change the ID here because it will not allow us to create a new object or create a new row with the same ID 111 since it is already existing. Now, like we called the save method of the session to persist an object, in the same way, we can get a persistent object if we are getting it from the session. So when we say user u2 is equal to session.get, and here we'll pass in user.class with the ID. So we already have a user with ID 5. So now this object u2, since we have fetched it from the database, this object is a persistent object, and whatever changes we make to this object, so when we say u2.setName, all these changes are going to be monitored by Hibernate, and we need not explicitly update the object, or we need not explicitly save the object. It will automatically be tracked, and whenever the transaction is committed, the values will be updated in the database. So this is the persistent state of an object. Next is the detached state. So we have a method evict which belongs to the session. So using this evict method, we can remove an object from persistent scope. So let's say if we evict u2, now whatever changes we make to the object u2, so if we set name of u2 to some value, now the changes that we are making to this evicted object, these changes will not be monitored. So which means that this object is in detached state, and when the transaction will be committed, this object, the object u2 is not being persisted. That is why there will be no updates on this object. So when we run this code, so as you can see here, only a select query has been fired because we have called the session.get method to fetch the user row from the table. But the update has not been applied because the object is not being monitored. So if we just remove this invocation of evict and run the code again, so here as you can see, the username has been updated because since the evict method was not called, the object is in persistent state, and that is why the name will be updated when the transaction is committed. But if the object has been put into detached state before the transaction is committed, then in that case none of these changes will be applied on that object. So that is why in the first case, so if we evict, if we are calling evict, then the set name erd is also not applied. But if we are not evicting the object, then the update will be with the new name, which is QWERTY.